Hello there, welcome. One more video here, and we're gonna be reading the Divine Comedy from Dante Alighieri. The name of the collection it's Kaniko-sen. So you search for manga Kaniko-sen on Google, you can find this Japanese collection of mangas. It's amazing. They have more than 150 editions, and we're gonna be starting by this one. There are some panels that are still in Japanese, but most of it's translated, I imagine. Let me just check this. Okay, I need to adjust this. All right. Okay. So our main character Dante is gonna travel through hell, purgatory, and heaven, paradise. So let's go. The story starts at the dark forest of Firenze. This place. Why? Where is this? Gone from the path direct. How is this so in the midway of this our mortal life? I find me in a gloomy wood astray. A man eternally banished, cruelly so, from the city of the flowers, great Firenze. My name is Dante Alighieri. I said Dante Cagliari, Dante Alighieri. Through Firenze, Italy, how much trade did flow for 6 centuries and varied ages, and two great settlements of wealth collected, inciting no less amount of dissent. Among those of the city then emerged rival parties, white Guelphs of the people, and the black Guelphs, loyal first to the Pope. Dante of the white Guelphs ascended far. The white Guelphs to blackened power succumbed. But while he in Rome acted as envoy, Dante penalized with fine and short exile. His punishment refused, and from Firenze he therefore was eternally banished. Ah, ah, Dante, Dante! To what has this my life come to? I ask. In this gloomy forest, shall my life end? Damn it, be it! Ha 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 ha! Star, is a tardy light of brightest star. Ah, light of the heavens has come to guide me. The forest has ended. Oh, the forest! Though I thought not a life could escape, now it seems from the forest I have passed. I escaped, I escaped. Oh, actually, I think I need to read from this side to the other side. Towards the star! Towards things to the star! Now to climb this mountain the star instructs, and thus to where it guides me I shall go. Ah! Ah! A leopard, with distinctive spots, so lithe and so quick. Again, from my path I am kept again by you. I must turn back. Hindered thus, how can I keep advancing? Ah! 'Tis morning's prime, and with it rising now, so the sun ascends with those stars, which rise with it when love divine first moved. Within such light the leopard seems to me, not so dreadful for the beast's coat does shine so brilliantly, so beautifully. All things seem well, and so I shall advance. Rawr. Ah, a wolf! Desire takes its form in this starved beast. For your sake, how many lives cut short, and we lie soon among their numbers count. Ah, the leopard of unchaste lust, unbridled, the lion of brutal power, unchecked, and the wolf of darkest greed, ill concealed, all like the flowers, so darkly and deep. I, to no avail, I shall not be forced back again into the dark and gloomy forest. Ah, that's Oh, phantom or ghost! Oh, whatever you be, I beg your help. Me, whether re or mist, I'm not a man, but I was before of mortal flesh like you, and bore of Lombard parrots both mention. I lived when the power of Julius yet was scarcely firm at Rome. My life was passed beneath fair August in the time of false and feeble deities. A bard was I, who made Anchises, upright son, the subject of my song, who came from Troy, when the flames preyed on Ilium's haughty towers. Oh, then you are Virgil! He's referring to Aeneas, hero of the Aeneid, Virgil's famous poem. Ilium's another name for Troy. And your famous Virgil, that wellspring from which such copious floods of eloquence have sprung, aren't you, whom all so freely praise? So enchanted was I, as I read your work, what I took you as my master and guide. Above all the poetic descendants of lordly Romulus, Virgil stood alone. Aeneas, hero of this epic poem, the Aeneid witnessed the fall of Troy, and wandered from Dido's court to Hades, and laid in Italy the seeds of Rome. Dido was the queen of Carthage in the Aeneid. Why to sorrow have you resigned yourself? Why the blissful mountain do you not climb? All of peace and joy, the source of all things, all of these the mountain is it not? Save me, Virgil. Virgil, see the beast from whom I flee? Oh, save me from her, illustrious sage. For every vein and pulse throughout my frame she has made tremble and quiver with fright. From this darkened and savage wilderness, another way pursue, if you would escape. Another way? Since these beasts will let none pass, it is clear, so bad and so accursed in their kind, that never sat in their ravenous will, still after food more craving than before. Too many an animal, in wedlock vile, they fasten, and shall yet to many more. When shall that greyhound come? Who will destroy her with sharp pain, and not nourished by food of earth nor its base metals, but by love, wisdom, and virtue, and whose land shall be, and the land between Feltro and Feltro? When for this wolf that hound comes from his mind, shall safety to Italia's plain arise, that realm for whom Camellia, virgin pure, Nisus, Euryalus, and Turnus fell. Characters from the Aeneid. Through every city shall he hunt her down, until he shall have driven her back to hell. Was therefore the wolf itself, loosed from hell. She, from snarling envy, and jealously by hearts of men, from hell was summoned thus. So then it seems the only path is clear, that you follow me, and I, as your guide, will lead you hence through an eternal space, hell. I shall guide you through the fires of hell, where those shall hear despair's shrieks and see spirits of old tormented begging death. Sinners burdened by their weighty misdeeds, their screams to die once more shall cross your ears. Dante, now you shall see well the true face of hell. However, if upon the mountain of supreme bliss your furthermore desire to gaze, if after you view those who dwell within fire, you wish to go to that higher place? Then, to those noble souls among the blessed, only a soul choosing divine can go. Dante, I shall take you as far as I can. Maestro. I, with every trifling detail made note of, shall my path record and remember well. Watch over me, O muse of highest art, and all that I see shall be written down. Poetry beautiful and elegant, I hope not beyond my ability. Only one note for this chapter. Note 1. In the actual poem, these lines are spoken entirely by Virgil. The Japanese dialogue here takes a different tack, more along the lines of Dante asking Virgil himself to kill the wolf. But it doesn't make much sense like that. This passage is generally taken as a eulogy by Dante for his mentor, Ken della Scala, who lived in Verona, an area between two cities, Feltro, a city in the Marca Trevigiana, and Montefeltro, a city in territory of Urbino. Since there's nothing else to put here, a bit of biographical info on Virgil. He was probably the most famous Roman poet, definitely the most famous Roman poet, epic poet anyway, and was sponsored by August, the first Roman emperor basically. He wrote the Aeneid, which largely follows the style of Greek epic poets Homer's Odysseus. He's in Dante's hell because he lived before Christianity formed, so must reside in limbo despite being otherwise pure. Regarding the adaptation on the beast. In the actual poem, then gives no explanation of what the beast means or why they are there, which explicitly states what they symbolize, but his interpretation isn't the only one. If you are interested, read the original poem and look up some annotations to see what different scholars think. Also, all the historical text was added in. Basically, anything in the Gothic font, a dark wedding, if you're curious, was added by Go for Context. Beatrice. But will there be in me enough strong of mind to live from this world of our mortal things for the darkest one of divine origin? Do they not say that no one can return? Should I in hell trend but find no exit? Would I not in hell forever wander? Is not such risk too much for a poet to bear upon his frame trembling and frail? Maestro, well, what path do you lead on? What do you plan? Does not such a journey as you intend require more strength than I truly possess? You saying that of Silvius the parent, why yet a mortal man into Hades immortal went and was there bodily. Silvio was one of Aeneas' children, thus here Dante's referring to Aeneas. But he was of her great home, and of her empire and chosen as father by the imperial heavens, and travel as well did the great Saint Paul, to bring us back assurance in such faith, but for good reason was that a man in saint? I'm not Aeneas, nor am I Paul. I am Dante, a poet, nothing more. To look upon hell and mortal remain, for myself, what proof of that can there be? Is your soul tainted with cowardice? A body of flesh you possess, yet weak your soul is. You hold cowardly fear, which many times a man incubers so. It turns him back from honored enterprise, as shadow do a beast when he's shy. But much, but, but much like a beast, a man is, it seems, and in fear men oft change their desires, that you might free yourself from apprehension. I'll tell you why I came, and what I heard at the first moment when I grieved for you. Among those was I who were in suspense, when a fair scented lady called to me. The name of that lady was Beatrice. Oh, Beatrice! In the year 1274, aged 9, Dante met with a young beautiful girl. Beatrice was the name of the young girl, only a few months younger than Dante. His heart fast with a strange excitement beating. In awe, Dante stood before the maiden, and from that start Dante knew himself moved, a willing victim of a love at first sight. And so in Dante's mind did Beatrice for the whole of the poet's life remain. When Dante, in his 18th year of life, by fated chance he again met Beatrice, she more beautiful by every day passed. Beatrice. By Beatrice remind of first love, the poet within began to flourish. In poems of love, Beatrice he wrote. Guido Cavalcanti, famous poet, took careful note of Dante's early work, and so a prosperous friendship then formed between the skilled poet and young Dante, their skills each polished by others' critique. Truly, Beatrice and Cavalcanti together built Dante's maturity. However, in 1290, her beauty unsurpassed 7 years after last meeting Dante. Aged 25, Beatrice left this world, for that lofty realm which suits her better. To heal his heart sorrow, Dante hid among the works of great philosophers, like ancient Cicero, wholly absorbed. Cicero, pronounced Cicero, was a Roman statesman and philosopher probably better known for his political career. 2 years after the death of Beatrice, La Dita Nova, Dante's first opus, was composed with both poems and narrative. Thoughts unfolded after time and matter. Vita Nova di Dante Alighieri. Alla vita di fonte della scritta da Giovanni Boccaccio. Hmm. Poems of love for Beatrice comprised it, so collect with narration between. Within it, a divine gift as comfort to men. Beatrice to worth was given, but then he heaven saw us ungrateful, and called once more their angel to their side. A friend of mine, and not the friend of fortune, upon the desert slope is so impeded upon his way that he has turned through terror, and may, I fear already be so lost, that I too late have risen to his succor. From heaven I've come to purgatory to ask of you, Spirit of Mantua, assist him so that I may be consoled. Italian city where Virgil's from. Does you know, to save you was asked of me. Oh, Beatrice, correct, she was Beatrice who asked me. That beautiful lady whom you so loved. She who had left this world too early, who now is in that blissful kingdom resides. That same woman still watches over you. What is it then? Why do you delay? I understand no more proof, no do I need. If that fair lady watches over me, then I fear not the depths of hell itself. Then let us go, and we shall walk through hell. For that, Dante, is thus your only path. Yes. And so, I, Dante, shall go into hell. That is before you know the door we seek, the mouth of hell. Those are the somber grades of hell itself. Page 36, relative to this chapter 4. Regarding Silvius, ancient poetry, which Dante's style is similar to, would often refer to people by who their father was, or in this case, who they were the father of. Silvio was one of the children of Aeneas. Thus, here Dante refers to Aeneas, who visited hell itself in the Aeneid. Page 45, relative to the chapter 13. Regarding La Vita Nuova was written in prosaic style, where the writing alternates between prose and poetry. Dante used the prose sections as commentaries, explaining each poem in the context of his life. The background of the preceding page about Beatrice is from La Vita Nova, not La Divina Go likely choose to integrate it because La Vita Nova is important background material for anyone wishing to really understand the Divine Comedy. Most likely, irrelevant note regarding the poetic matter and dates. In this chapter, a couple years were mentioned part of the go-added narration, not present in the actual Divine Comedy. Fitting this into the decasyllabic meter of the translation required me to pick a method of pronouncing them, and since 1290 is much easier to fit into matter than the 8-syllable 1290, I chose the former. However, writing the year 1290 is hard to parse as a year, I think, so I opted to leave it in numerical format. Most of you probably aren't counting syllables of reading this out loud, but I figured, for the sake of filling up this page, mainly, I'll include this note anyway. Such words inscribed on portal do I read. Through me you pass into the city of woe, the gates of hell. Through me you pass into eternal pen, through me among the people lost for aye. Just as the founder of my fabric moved, to raise me was a task of power divine, supremest wisdom, and primeval love. Before me things great were none, save things eternal, and eternal I endure. Abandon all hope, ye who enter here. For aye, an archaic expression meaning forever. See end of chapter notes for more notes about the inscription. Dante. Into hell. Just when the gates of hell had it entered, my whole self pitch blackness did envelop. Even great Virgil, whose hand outtaken seemed to be uneasy in our progress. A cold wind at my feet blew harshly so, and I felt myself come upon a path. And I, who had my head with horror bound, saw then in the darkness things which I knew. Faces of those in life by me all know, each face appearing briefly then vanishing. And in true darkness, true silence thus arose, and perhaps my heart began to match it, since this place thus apart from life exists. Oh, You four are my mother, my brothers, with whom I lived in exuberant youth, each blessed day full of such happiness. Thank you. Dante's mother, 10 years after his birth, died, but soon his father again married, and sired three step-brothers of Dante. The exact number of step-brothers Dante had is arguable. The number is at least two, but since this part was in the poem, but rather derived from historic records, any more than that is uncertain. Dante came to truly love his stepmother, and his joyous siblings no less than her. His brother, Francesco, rejoiced him, and throughout his life gave aid to Dante. SFX. Yeah, whoa, yeah, yeah. This is yes, because we are in hell. Ah, ah, ah. What is this? I hear. What race are this? Who seem so overcome with awe? Oh, maestro, ignore these wretched beings before you. They are the melancholic souls of those who lived without both infamy and praise. Coming, commingled are they with those cowardly angels who have not rebellious been, nor faithful were to God, but were for self. But then what makes them lament so sorely? Here Dante refers to those angels which, in the revolt of Lucifer, did not side with either God or Lucifer. Neither heaven nor hell accept them. They, at the mouth of hell, shall ever serve. They have no longer any hope of death, and this blind life of theirs is so debased. They envious are of every other fate. They wasted pointless valuable lives, and for that this is their retribution. Ah! 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 Speak not of them, but look and pass them by. These miscreants who never were alive are naked, and are stung exceedingly by gadflies, and by hornets that are here. These do their faces irrigate with blood, which, with their tears commingled at their feet by the disgusting worms, is gathered up. In their blindness they shall ever wander between hell and earth, perpetually lost. Such a fate is fitting for such wastrels. Ah, this, you say this is not yet the realm of hell? Well, then hell is. Oh, wow. Ah, who are those fated to cross? Oh, you're to hell. Wow. Many people are coming to that shore. They are waiting for Charon. Gaki, Gaki. The sound of the teeth chattering. Woe unto you, ye wicked souls depraved! Hope nevermore to look upon the heavens. I come to lead you, you to the other shore, to the eternal shades in heat and frost. That is Charon, the ferryman of hell. Let us go, and we shall ride in that boat. Wow. Dog. Ah, get on, ye scoundrels. In Charon's boat shall ye go into hell. Ah, scoundrel, ye were sent to hell, that destiny from which none at all can hope to escape. Yeah. And you that you understand a living soul, withdraw thee from these people who are dead. Charon, be not angered, so it is willed. Where and Where will and power are one, ask nothing more. What? Such is my task, to ferret the demon souls, to take one yet, living's not allowed. Do you think I care and would permit that? Uh, he fainted. Much like the dead are those with senses gone. Then let him ride on the ferry. Page 50 and 51. One and two relative to this chapter. Regarding description, the phrase power divine, supremacy wisdom, and primeval love refers to respective elements of the Holy Trinity. That is, inscription proclaims how to have been built by God. The full text of the description was in Go's version. He cut out the middle three lines, part of which they were quoted above. But since there was room to put it all in, we did. There are many translations, basically, I'll just word it differently, of the last line, so we went with the most common one. Also, the first three lines sound pretty cool in English, but in Italian they go: Per me si va nella città dolente, per me si va nell'eterno dolore, per me si va tra la perduta gente. Note how the syllables dolente, dolore, gente all match up and sound sort of like funeral bell tolling. Some translations try to preserve that effect, but Carrie's probably sound the best despite not trying to rhyme. Page 55, 6, relative to this chapter. Regarding Dante's brother, from Wikipedia, the poet's mother was Bella degli Alpati. She died when Dante was not yet 10 years old, and Alighiero, Dante's father, soon married again. To Lapa di Chiarissimo Cialuffi. It is uncertain whether he really married her, as widowers had social limitations in these matters. This woman definitely bore two children, Dante's brother Francesco and sister Gaetana. In general, regarding those who wander outside hell, in the poem, Dante mentions one person specifically but doesn't give their name. I looked and I beheld the shadow of him, who made through cowardice the great refusal. This is probably Pope Celestine V, who gave up, refused his post, and presented act to the Pope, who would exile Dante. Beatrice! Beatrice! Ah! The first circle. Dante? Dante? Huh? Has awareness returned to you, Dante? Then let us go to the blind world beneath. Where are we? 'Tis the first circle that rings the abyss. Let us go for the long way impel us. True is it that upon the verge I found me of the abysmal valleys dolorous, the gathers thunders of infinite ululations. Obscure, profound it was, and nebulous, so that by fixing on its depths my sight nothing whatever, I discerned therein. Uh, were they? This is hell, yet they suffer no torment. These ones committed no sins, nor more like it. But are those so cruelly unbaptized, which is the part of the faith you would hold? Even if they lived before Christ's lifetime, nonetheless they adore not God himself. So among such as this am I myself. Now come let us soon make haste from this place. In the original poem, Dante proceeds to meet with Homer, Ovid, and the other classic poets, who greet him as one of their own. See the notes page for more detail. Notes. In general, regarding Circle 1 is reserved for those souls who weren't baptized, not Christian, including those for whom it was even possible to be Christian. Those virgins lived during the life of Octavian August and would have theoretically been around when Christ died. Christianity wasn't formed until 700 years later. So the famous classical poets Homer, Horace, Ovid, Lucan, and Virgil, when he's not being a tour guide, were there. They had, according to them, of course, a club of some sort, where they all hung out together. Dante taking his opportunity and started his stature, then goes on to say, when they together had discoursed somewhat, they turned to me with signs of salutation, and on beholding this, my master smiled, and more of honor still, much more they did me, in that they made me one of their own band, so that the sixth was I, mid so much wit. After this, Dante goes on to meet a large number of people. As usual, this manga is no substitute for actually reading the comedy, so if you enjoy it, but haven't read the original, please do so. Divinecomedy.org is a great site to do that. Second circle. Ah, souls of the damned! To come here, what crime have ye committed? Nothing can be hidden from confession. Speak and say which crime you have committed. This is a mistake. I'm not a sinner. Down to hell have I mistakenly dropped. Go, is that so? It's a mistake. Not one crime nor sin have I committed. Is that so? Was your judgment a mistake? So you haven't committed any crimes, you say? Ah, yes, that's right. Lies, you commit a serious crime. For you only house tortures now wait. Now wait. I'll wait. That Davis minus, the judge of hell, one by one he sentence all who come. And for each, when the spirit evil born thus comes before him, wholly confesses. And this discriminator of transgressions judges what place in hell fits for it, and wraps it with his tail as many times as great he wishes it should be cast down. You who passes there, where are you going? Do not impede his journey, fate ordained. It is so willed where there is power to do that which is willed. So ask no further question. Let us pass. Ah! Ha 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 ha. All right, you may pass. It is dreadful. I still haven't ceased trembling. Were you a sinner, to mine us behold we be surely much more terrifying. Certainly, he who decides hell's tournament, this sudden wind, that those human bodies flow in the wind. Whirled around by the black wind shrieking. Unto such a perpetual torment the carnal malefactors are condemned who reason subjugate to appetite. In this circle are such sinners judged. They are those of insatiable lust. Malefactor, wrongdoer. The wind blows with never ceasing, hellish force. It hither, thither, downward, upward drives them, their voices by the rushing wind drowned out. No hope shall comfort them for evermore, not of repose, not even of lesser pain. She is Semiramis, of whom we read that she succeeded Ninus, and was espoused, a famous Assyrian queen. The next is she who killed herself for love, ancient queen of Carthage, shameful Dido. Ah. Then Cleopatra, the voluptuous, who many men by lust bent to her will. The beautiful face of the Trojan War, for whom so many died, Princess Helen. And there is love struck Paris. There, Tristan. Then for a while more than 1,000 shades did he name and point out with his finger whom love had separated from our life, the names of dames of old and cavaliers. Names of dames of old and cavaliers, famous men and women from the past. So many souls by that black wind swept up, control over their own limbs surrendered. When they arrive before the precipice, there are the shrieks, the plaints, and the laments. There they blaspheme the puissance divine, puissance power to influence or coerce. Hmm? Those whose souls that pass seem differently. They are not like the others, and seem blown more lightly than the other souls damned. Speak what I to those two, who go together and seem upon the wing to be so light. When they near you, by spirit implore them for love, thus lead them, so they will come. By my spirit? You too who blow helplessly in the wind, come speak to us if no one forbids it. So strong was her affectionate appeal, that will we hear and will speak to you, of what it pleases you to hear and speak. My name is Paulo, and my name is Francesca. Oh, then you are truly that tragic couple? It can be said that in Dante's time was a tragedy of Paolo and Francesca. The formal interview for marriage near her arranged suitor was Gianciato, heir to the Malatesta family. Guido I da Polenta, the Lord of Rimini, arranged a marriage between Gianciato, his heir, and Francesca to solidify the peace between Rimini and Malatesta family. But he feared that in his reformed visage she saw, from the wedding rounds, she would flee. So he arranged for his brother Paolo to stand false in his stead for the marriage. Handsome Paolo, nothing like his brother, relu- relu- reluctantly agreed, and went along, and there he met his ideal woman Francesca. She too was entranced by him at first sight, and so the two found themselves in tragic love, for Francesca true husband was to be. The ugly Gianciato Paolo Torm did not his brother betray, and so too did poor Francesca decide that the marriage could not be halted. The true love of Paolo and Francesca could remain nowhere but in their own minds. But they could not keep such a love secret. Lancelot of Arthurian legend, the queen he loved, of course, being Guinevere. Should they try and constrain their secret love, it will only burst forth more passionate. Could brave Lancelot have held back his love? Could he his feelings for the queen have quelled? They met in secret by love, excited, but where they met a tragedy occurred. As he came upon their forbidden love, Gianciato thrust angrily his sword into and through confused and surprised chests. Oh wow. Love has conducted us unto our death. Cain awaits him who has quenched our lives. Cain, who lies into the deepest circle of hell, being the biblical killer of Abel, Cain's brother. And all the while one spirit uttered this, the other one did weep so, that for pity I swoon away as if I had been dying. Beatrice! Beatrice! Please tell me, Beatrice. The love they had, was it a sin? Is it Francesca truly a sinner? Did she really invite their tragedy? Beatrice, what was the error that Francesca made? Love? Passion? Regarding Semiramis. Semiramis is a legendary Assyrian queen, probably based off the actual queen Shamuramat. According to the Armenian tradition, Semiramis was a harlot who invaded Armenia to win the love of the Armenian king, Ara. In Assyrian tradition, she was a queen who ruled after her husband, Ninus, died and was eventually killed by her son, Ninus. Regarding Dido, Queen Dido was, according to Virgil in the Aeneid, the queen of Carthage at the time of Aeneas. Aeneas had fled from burning Troy to Carthage, and Dido, due to Cupid's intervention, fell in love with him. Not long afterwards, Mercury dropped by and told Aeneas to get moving, because his destiny was to find a great city. Aeneas left immediately, and Dido killed herself out of grief. Her last lines, included here since I don't have much else to talk about, were: Seek, Sicuat iris sub umbras, haudiat hanc oculis ignin crudelis ab alto, dardanus e nostrae se conferat omnia mortis. In literal English, like this, help me go below the shadows. May that cruel Dardanian drink up my eyes this fire from the sea, and bear with him the omens of my death. She's probably stabbing herself when she says sick. Anyway, that's all for this chapter. The third circle. It's cold. Rain? Rain and hail, even sunken hell. Maestro, where are we? In the third circle. Rain, ceaseless, accursed, heavy, and cold, falls in endless torrents upon the circle. It is most unpleasant. Let us go, Dante. Yes, Maestro. This ground is muddied by that tempest fall. It stinks. The mud reeks with such a stench. A hand? What? How is a human hand amongst this mud? Ah, a foot! Worry not, 'tis the nature of this place. Ah, the hand moved! Pain, such pain. This is people from the mud. Maestro, who are these people? Ah, what horrid species of devil is that? Those souls are those who knew not restraint, who were damned for greed and avarice bare. This rain falls upon the shameless gluttons. They care not for others, only themselves, and their selfish greed has sunk them to hell. Look well upon that black figure. It is Cerberius, cruel, monstrous, fierce, and strange. That is may never cease its devouring. 3 mouths it has, all 3 ever gnawing. It is personified is gluttony. And it personifies gluttony, the abyss of those cast down into this mud, forever doomed to be eaten by him, that cursed embodiment of their sins. That is this hell. Is gluttony truly so great a crime? Do these souls really deserve such a fate? These are the gluttons, upon which it feeds. Do not forget the nature of such ones. You are of Firenze, gluttonous city, in which far too many from hunger die. They committed the sin of gluttony. Does not such a torment befit them well? Cerberus, with his sharp and wicked claws, he rends the spirits' flesh and quarters them. And once devoured, they, when excreted, become this foul substance that forms this mud. And from that mud they once again rise up, and again face voracious Cerberus. Then this mud is itself made of people. They shall recover soon. Step upon them, and you will be able to walk easily. But what? Cerberus is coming at us? Quickly, pick up and cast the mud at him. Huh? Come on, throw it. Sorry. Quickly, escape. Ah! 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 Oh, 'tis you. You, who through the infernal shades are led. Answer if you remember who I am. It seems not I have ever seen you. In coming telling the time of Dante, Chaco meant pig or hog. I'm Chaco, the pig. Don't you know me? Chaco? No, I don't know you. You still doleful is your yet still doleful is your punishment. But speak now, that I may well remember the excessive misery of your state. Oh, the pernicious sin of gluttony I am. As you see, hammered by this rain, perhaps that is truly as it should be. But I said so, and not the only one. Our citizen, our city Firenze is filled with desire. 'Tis such a despicable condition. Many people have already fallen, and many more, down to hell, shall yet fall. Some will fall even further than this ring. Serves them right. And after that, please, tell me of the divided city. What shall at length befall the citizens? At length a battle comes, and the white Galps, the black Galps who took power from the white Galps, chase the other with much injury forth. Then afterwards behold it this one fall within 3 sons, and rise again the other. The identities of the just two men Dante refers to are unknown. Then the black Galps prevail after all? No, the just are two, but are not understood. In that seat of wanton gluttony, in Firenze, envy and arrogance are and avarice are the three sparks that have all hearts enkindled. No more, I shall tell you, nor answer more. Know that he, Chaco, shall awake no more this side the sound of the angelic trumpet. The angelic trumpet, what is that? That is the time of the final judgment. Each one shall find again his dismayed tomb. Shall he resume his flesh and his own figure? Shall hear what through eternity re-echoes? Maestro, then please tell me, shall these torments when the great sentence pass be lessened? No, they will not be spared. Know that they shall become more perfect, but as each thing to more perfection grows, it feels more sensibly both good and pain. Notes. Regarding Cerberus and the Gluttons, although the whole eating people and excreting them as mud aspect fits well into the theme, Dante's original poem doesn't really express that part, though, given that he does say that Cerberus devours the damned and also that the damned writhe around in the mud eternally. Ghost's conclusion seems pretty plausible. Regarding regarding Chaco, Chaco is basically telling Dante that the black Galps will force out the white Galps, something that Ghost already expressed. The part is the beginning of this manga, where Dante is forced out in exile, isn't part of the original poem. All Dante told us is that he was nel mezzo del camin di nostra vita, in the middle of this our mortal life, that is, middle age. So this chapter might be a bit confusing if you were just reading the manga directly, since Chaco is telling Dante something that would already know. However, Go needed to fit these things together somehow, and I'm glad he decided to keep this chapter true to the source, rather than worry about any inaccuracies it might create within his own additions. Regarding syllable count, some lines might seem like they have 11 syllables if you're counting. These lines are usually directly from Longfellow, who I presume expected certain words to be elided, basically crushed together. If I can find some info into the subject, I'll do longer notes section on it later. Ah, ah. Fourth circle. Ah, the silent Plautus. May you consume yourself with your rage. Pape Satan, Meep, Alip. This phrase is kept in Italian. In some translations, and in Ghost version, translated from Italian, it means, oh Satan, oh Satan, oh Satan, ah me. But in Italian, the harsh alteration of P and T sounds hints words that with his voice would sound like, which is part of why we kept in. As heaven commands, so shall Dante pass. Shall you oppose heaven itself, Plautus? The air, the air here seems to weigh down upon me, as more deeply buried does hell become. More onerous crimes do the sinners bear, and thus more thick the atmosphere now seems, it becomes dark. So this is not by heaven's design them, but arising from the sins of the souls. Ugh, 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 that's gold. Oh, uh, that's my gold. No, you eat it. It's mine. I saved it. It's my goat. It's mine. Goat, goat. I won't give it. No, not to anyone. Listen to them. This move. It's my path. What idiot? I'll kill you. This is my path. I'll get rich. Those souls who only save or spend. Chase down the others to snatch supposed wealth. Move. It's my path. Such are they who wasted all their money, whether miserly or pointless so. They thought that fortune could with gold be bought. She, Fortune, who blissfully turns her sphere. The reference here is without the contest that it has in the original poem, and thus a bit confusing. In short, Fortune, personified, is a goddess who lives above both reproach and praise, blissfully turning her wheel as ordained by above. See the notes page. Huh? Why save? Why squander? Why save? Why squander? Why save? Why save? Why squander? Why save? Why squander? Why have these souls become so wretched, maestro? Is there no limit to man's desires? Is such a state the true nature of man? That answer should not give you, for no saint am I, and of more relevance, by each and every man in his conscience, perhaps that answer should be considered. Regarding Plutus, Plutus from ancient mythology was the god of wealth, thus his presence in the circle. Regarding the sinners condemned in the circle, although Dante didn't recognize anyone in particular in the circle, he did in the poem note that a large number of those present had their heads shaved, and those were members of the clergy. This is just one of the times that the Divine Comedy rips on the church, a subject which is arguably one of the largest themes behind the work. Regarding fortune, in most classical literature, fortune is referred to as a blind goddess acting randomly without any care for her actions. In the comedy, Dunn takes a different take, portraying her as a goddess who sits high above, ordaining things by some divine plan. God only gave me one bubble to sum this up in, so I did what I could. From the poem, here's a bit of context. He whose omniscience everything transcends, the heavens created, and gave who should guide them, that every part to every part may shine, distributing the light in equal measure, he in like manner to the mountains splendors, ordained a general mistress and guide, that she might change at times the empty treasures, from race to race, from blood to one another, beyond the resistance of all human wisdom. Among the other prismal creatures gladsome, she turns her sphere, and bliss for her rejoices. The fifth circle. Huh? Such a foul and alien strange. Here we are. A black marsh? What lake is this that holds such dark waters? It has the name of Styx. Look upon those souls mired in its depths. They too are sinners? Ugh! Rah! Pah! Yeah! Yeah! Oh, oh, what is this? What do they fight? They are those souls who anger overcame, abandoning their bodies to pointless rage, those fools forever attack each other. Ah, ah, ah. For no reason do they hate each other, yet they never cease their belligerence. So goes their eternal mutilation. This to for certain know that underneath the waters dwell a multitude, whose sighs into these bubbles make the surface heave, as your eye tells you whatever it turns. This im do they keep gurgling in their throats, for with unbroken words they cannot say, we sullen more in the sweet air which by the sun is glad at bearing within ourselves the sullen reek. Sullen reek as in a sullenness that is so wretched that is metaphorically reeks. Now we are sullen this sap mire. 'Tis the lament of those below sullied, by those losing themselves in rage above. In those bubbles which to the surface rise, you hear their complaint and disparagement, dissatisfaction and vulgarity. O maestro! Therefore is not the crime their maintaining of that bitterness never abandoned? By bearing their sullenness, do they not the proper order of the word oppose? Right. To be malcontent is not a crime, but one must face that dissatisfaction. Yet these wretched souls did not themselves face, but only feel within their resentment. Those who have fallen till here turn their rage upon others. They are those without care. Ah, damn, you, it's your fault. Yeah. They angrily cursed the world in vain, and turned their discontent onto others. And now they forgot themselves in violence. Corrupted rage spurs their brutality. This is the hell for those corrupted souls. What's that tower? On top of the tower, a burning flame. What is it for? Or what does it signal? Look. Oh, a small boat, swifter than an arrow. Yes, that is the ferryman of the Styx, the wrathful Phleges. The ancient legends of long ago say, Phleges, son of belligerent Ares, found his daughter with Apollo's child, and angered burned the temple of Phoebus. So for this sin of resenting the gods he was slain, and to Hades death's cast down. The Phlegians who steers the ferry of the Styx is not obviously the same Phleges described above. Greek and Christian mythology don't mix. The name is used by Dante as an illusion. So ye have arrived, ye loathsome spirits! I, Phleges, shall take thy wretched souls across to the circle more dreadful yet. Ah, Phleges, Phleges, you cry out in vain, for we wish to cross this lake and no more. What? Then who was it that summoned Phleges? 'Twas you, Virgil. Yeah, wretched bastard. Since by divine will do we pass through hell, shall you not ferry us across the Styx? Do not fear, Phlegistant. Let us go. Yes, maestro. I get it. We'll go. You want to see hell? So let us cross. Impertinent bastards, now gaze upon the next circle, sorrowful and bitter. Ah! Move! Save me. Hey, who are you, and why to this wretched place have you came? Will you take me with you from here? Entreat us not. We are but passing through. Such a pitiful soul. Please wait. Please don't leave. Don't you see that I am in? Do you not see that I am one who weeps? Wait. You, I know you. You are all defiled. You are Filippo Argenti. Yes, if you know me, then let me go on. Surely you won't pass by my mournful face. Silence, villain. Your power you abused, as you raped my beautiful Firenze. This lake is fit for vermin such as you. Tears forever, may your tears forever fall in this lake. No, you are mistaken. I am no villain. Disappear from my sight, you wretched swine. May you sink, you beast, in the lake of pits. Damn you, Filippo Argenti. Uh, you did it, Virgin. Ah, okay. Very violent, I like it. At last, huh? Draws near the city that of this is named. This was also the name of the god of the underworld in ancient mythology, who was later supplemented by Pluto, Hades. The name this has since become an alternating name for the underworld in general. The seat of Tees. The sky shines bright vermilion, maestro, like the sky over field of battle. It is from the flames which char the sinners. What await us? There is a flaming hell. Fire eternal burn and rends the sky. Wait, you aren't dead? Aren't you living? Aren't you yet living? Enter not such a place. It's possible, leave. A life person in the city of this. Never. Leave, leave. What is this? Who is this that without death has come and goes through the king of the people dead? Is hell but an exhibition for you? Get out, no living person may enter. Leave. Their shouts, leave. Leave, 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 leave. It's not going further than night to us. Then, shall we retrace our steps together swiftly? Having come thus far, do not falter. If you should return, then go return. Such a path is not fitted for the weak. Free are you to leave if such be your will. Are you saying that you abandon me? Do you say that I must return that way guarded by dread Plutus and Cerberus? Such a thing is far beyond my strength. Leave, 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 leave! You dare come here, bastards! Turn around, leave, cursed person alive! Leave, leave, turn back! Maestro, maestro, please, please, abandon me not. Then come with me, and stray not from my side, for through the city I have passed before. Come you by yourself, and let him depart, who has so boldly entered these dominions. Let him return alone by his mad road. Try if he can, for you shall remain here. Ah, ah, huh? Huh? Such a situation. Who has denied to me those some houses? Maestro, maestros, please lead me to safety. Is your path at hand, ended by this gate? Fear not, for I will conquer in the trial whatever for defense within be planned. Here referring to divine power. Since our passage through here is guaranteed, none can take from us it by such is given. But let us rest here for a while, Dante. Neither the dead nor villains can halt us. But as you pass through the city of woe, there will be great hardships and misery. So gird yourself, Dante, for those hardships, for this is a city of agony, and they cannot grapple us forever. Regarding Phleges, as I mentioned briefly in the chapter, Phleges isn't really meant to be the same figure as the Phleges of Greek mythology. Though Dante based his hell on many of the same attributes as Hades, it was intended as the Christian, and thus the only, hell. Rather, the name was used by Dante as an allusion. A properly educated reader would, upon reading the name, know that sort of person Phleges was. Go included the background because most readers of this manga, on the other hand, would like me before I googled, have no idea. Regarding Filippo Argenti, let us know about the actual identity of this person. Note, however, that Argenti may be referring to the practice of showing a horse with silver. Regarding this, as a note, the dialogue between Dante and Virgil about Virgil telling Dante to leave if he doesn't want to continue was largely added in by Go. In the actual poem, Virgil just tells one not to worry because he won't abandon him. Also, those who stand outside the gate are, in the original poem, the fallen angels who allied with Lucifer, described as more than 1,000 at the gates I saw, out of the heavens rained down. The 60th circle. What is that? It must be Medusa. Close your eyes. You must not look. The three hellish fairies stained with blood. Amongst them Medusa, queen of endless woe. To lifeless alone stone will those who see her turn. The Gorgon sisters of Greek myth and lore, Steno, Medusa, and Mirale, were in limb and motion feminine they seemed. Around them graniest hydras twist and rolled their volumes. Adders and cerasses scrapped instead of hair, and their fierce temples bound. Perseus, Grecian hero, used the shield by Athena gift as a mirror, and slew with ease the transfixed Medusa. Medusa turned their flesh to solid stone. Open your eyes, those feared ones have not to come. Those sounds are truly not Medusa's wings. No, a different one has arrived. Look well. Huh? This is the one whom I was eagerly awaiting. Oh? Oh, an angel. Huh? Oh, banished out of heaven, people despised. Once in this arrogance within you couched, how much torment shall you endure, damned ones, before understanding dawns upon you? Hi, ooh, yeah. Hmm? Hi. Let us proceed, for the gate has opened, the second gate of hell. What? Witness the reddish light that burns the sky. The sky's purple dyed from the fires. Bard, you shall soon see the sinners burning. Can my mortal self truly endure such? The dead scorched are my ever burning flame, and their charred bodies pour out in anguish. You cannot understand their suffering. Yet you must take careful notes of such things, for is it not your duty to do so? Yes. Hmm? A sepulchre. Sepulchre, a tomb or grave. Ah. Oh, but maestro, what are all these people who having sepulture within these tombs, make themselves audible by doleful sight? They are heretics. They are all heretics. It is George, leader of heretical religion or sect. The heretic, the it is Yorks must all fall to hell. Ah, heretics, heresy is such a great crime? Certainly, for they are the true sinners. They from the true path of God strayed afar, worshipping carelessly their false gods. What other fate but hell is fit for them? A false religion is a profound sin. Those who from the hot southern land had come spread heresy throughout our holy lands, and dragged to confusion men of ours. They are those who rebelled against the path of reverence to the one true teaching. So it is just that such sinners are here, scorched eternally within sepulchres. But still, are heretics truly sinners? Our teachings are unknown to those who live in the southern lands. Do those who receive their own teachings really deserve such flames? Tuscan, who through the seat of fire goes alive and speaks such words modestly. Oh, you please, stay your footsteps in this place. Your mode of speaking makes you manifest a native of that notable fatherland, to which perhaps it too molestful was. Please speak again, and permit me to hear the beautiful sound of one from Firenze. Oh, you are Farinata Ghibellini, General, who led your faction to Montaperti to victory over my own Guelphs. Manente delle Liberte, known to as Farinata Ghibellini leader, defeated the Guelphs at Montaperti. With victory, drunk, his allies then wished to burn down the whole city of Firenze. Farinata, however, protested and became the hero who saved Firenze. Who are you that calls me by my own name? You! Could you tell me, perhaps, what is your name? My name is Dante Alighieri, one who bears the lineage of the Guelphs. Oh, the Guelph faction, those who against us fought honorably in brave defiance? And those who in the end chased us away? Yes, those ones, General Farinata. The difficulty of leading people, of navigating the flow of this world. Before long, you too will know such things. I pray that you once again return to the world, and I pray for peace for your descendants. Such a hero as Farinata must fall to hell and suffer such torments. Hell. The tomes read Anastasius Pape, Pope Anastasius II. Thus now, I, Dante Alighieri, guided by my maestro, noble Virgil, go further into the deep, dark abyss, when our house soon it will end. I know not, so we continue upon our journey. After this, more terrors of hell await, from sorrowful merely watching such things, causes both my heart and mind to tremble. I do not know what repulsive things yet lie ahead, but I must resign myself. Regarding Farinata, the history in this chapter is pretty accurate, though it leaves out the critical detail of why Farinata is a heretic. In short, Farinata shared the views of Epicurus, that the soul was part of the body and thus died when the body died. For this, his body was exhumed after his death and burned for heresy. Regarding Pope, Anastasius II was purported to have allowed a heretic to share in communion. For this, Dante placed him in the sixth circle, which the rest of the heretics. In general, one thing to note is that Dante in the original poem never doubts that the sinners deserve what punishment they get. His hesitation in this manga was just added by Go to humanize his character a bit. The Winds of Cocytus. Is it now difficult for you, Dante? Yes, the chilling wind which from the depths blows does now more and more grow even older, and the odor now reeks so pungently, surely some poison evaporated. Understandable. From Cocytus, lowest of hell's stratus, this wind blows up, reeking of agony. And when we descend to that last circle, much more severe will these same winds become. That's impossible. No further than this can I now advance. Then we shall wait until you acclimate. Oh, those crags there. Can we go that far? Yes. Ha 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 ha. That challenges must be hard for you. Yet, as far as the sixth circuit you've come, for one still of mortal flesh to cross hell, such a journey demands much of oneself. Physical strength matters not in such things, though few could accomplish what you have done. It is a question of your force of will, for this is a journey where one must see the tortured and tormented souls of hell. Thus this odyssey tries it very hard. Even guided by Beatrice and I to come this far is worthy of much praise. Already the 60th circle have you seen. You can go further still into house depths. Come, let us go to the lowest circle. You shall gaze upon that sunken mire. Under the gates of this have you travelled. 'Twas the hell of those who disobeyed God. Such were those who left the path of virtue. The seventh circle is for the violent. Divided into three layers it exists, each part for a different sort of sin, and fitted with a different torment. Why into three layers is it sectioned? So great is the number of such sinners. Let us descend to the seventh circle. Yes, maestro. The seventh circle. There is what you know as the Minotaur, born with the bovine head and human body. Phasiphae, wife of Cretan king Minos, lusted for the bow by Poseidon gave. And so inside a wooden cow, built by Daedalus, master craftsman, to the bow she went, and with it exchanged her passions. For this her punishment was a child cursed with head of bull and body of man. The fuck? Minotaur of shameful birth by the king was imprisoned by Daedalus' mace. 7 men and women of Athens born were sacrificed yearly to the foul beast. Theseus, Athenian prince, enraged, offered himself as supposed sacrifice, and then, with the aid of Ariadne, killed the Minotaur in his fall for Labyrinth. Hmm? Who do you think aided that murderous prince? Who do you think told him how to kill you? I shall tell you, your sister Ariadne. Ah! Be rage, weep, abandon sanity. Oh, sad monster by your own sister killed. Now run and do not cease till we have passed. Yes. Pa, pa, pa. Huh? That is blood. It's a boiling lake of blood. The river of blood within which boiling is. Whoever by violence does injure others. In the ruby red sea they themselves shout. These sinners receive their eternal anguish. Uh, some who seek to escape that blooded sea. Yeah. Oh, what? That? Centaurs form partly of man and horse, each who first came from savage Thessaly's rocks, their muscles and bones hardened just as much, skilled masters of horses, peerless hunters, rider and horse at last became as one, it is said appearing as half of each. They are centaurs. Soon they will know the true futility of fleeing, for here one cannot escape from the sharp arrows which those centaurs shot. Huh? Wait, Kiran. It is I, Virgil. Cease, Virgil. I hear that a living soul you accompany and lead through our hell. You may pass. That is Chiron, correct? He's Chiron, son of Cronos. He within the savage tribe of centaurs is highly skilled in all the science, and fight bravely, without cowardly guile. Of brave Achilles was he the mentor. Cronos of Cronos, father of Zeus, is better known for devouring his children after hearing a prophecy that they would overthrow him. Achilles, child of goddess Thetis, was dipped in the river Styx by her hand, and all his body mortal became safe for his heel, by which she shed held him. But as he fled for Trojan shores, defeated the arrow of Paris, struck his bare heel, and slew brave, near mortal Achilles. Hmm? Pow. Is that the Thessalonian tyrant Alexander? Huh? Yeah. And there you see dark-haired Azzalino, atrocious tyrant of North Italy. Azzolino of Izzolino di Romano, lord of Padua, Vicenza, Verona, and Brescia, who died in 1260. His atrocities form the subject of a Latin tragedy, Echerinis by Albertino Musato of Padua, contemporary of Dante, in the most elegant reading of Latin verse of that age. No one can escape the centaur's arrows. There do the hideous harpies make their nest. Broad wings have they, and necks and face humans, and feet with claws, and their great bellies fledged, they make laments upon the wondrous trees. I hear on all sides lamentations uttered, and pursue none behold I who might make them. Break off the twig there if you wish to know. The branch? Ah! Oh, my finger, why do you mangle me? Have you no spirit of pity whatsoever? Huh? I see that blood wells from the broken branch. So these things which seem to just be dead trees are all the mutated forms of the dead? Here is the hell of those who reject their own lives. Suicide is a grave stream, so they become dead trees rotting away. Men once we were, and now are changed to trees. Indeed, your hand should be more pitiful, even if the souls of serpents we had been. Pitiful, oppressed soul, who are you? I am Pietro della Vigna. Huh? You are? Pietro della Vigna, born of low class, became learned nonetheless and advanced. In 1229 he entered the court of Sicily, and soon gained the favor of Frederick II. He rose quickly to cabinet monster, but rumors flew, and on suspicion he was then dismissed and blinded without chance for acquittal. Shamed and jailed, he smashed his head upon the wall of his cell in 1249. Wow. And the reasons for his fate are unknown. Things such as the tangles of love, rumors of blood and treachery, conspiracy by those jealous of his high position, and other conjectures have been discussed. The tree that was Pietro was twisted in agony, waiting to rot away. And even when their bodies are returned, they will not be able to them revest, for it is not just to have what one casts off after Judgment Day. Not only those self-murdering are here, the profligates are here condemned as well. Huh? Let us continue for our path goes on. The profligates. This is the hell for those who wronged nature, who in unnatural pleasure rejoiced. Those who went against God fell to this place. They who trod in this fevered place are those who indulge in unnatural pleasure. They who sit in this fevered place are those who wronged the gift of both God and nature. Those who lie here are the souls that scorned God. Dante. Brunetto Latini, Master. Oh, a kindred soul. Oh, my son, my son. Please, will you for a short while walk with me? Then let us speak of things still yet to pass. Oh, for a brief time I have forgotten that pang of treading in this harsh, scorching ground. Oh, that ungrateful and malignant people, which of old time from Fezzan descended, and smacks still of the mountain and the granite, will make itself for thy good deeds, thy foe. Their leader let the beasts of the soul make of themselves, nor let them touch the plant, if any still upon their dunghill rise. Like a Roman saint, Firenze may sprout again, and yet you must guard your person, Dante, for those spirits will wish to pluck you as well. If I yet lived, my son, I would guard you. Still, live of knowing what I have said. Veneto Latini, my god master. Veneto Latini, paternal one, you loved me as a father does his son. Know why you have fallen to this place. In life he was hopeless, and in woman. His body was dirtied by sodomy, and what truly is divine providence? And oh, I do not understand it. This hell, what then is man's true path upon our world? This place is, here falls endlessly the river of tears. Here now ends the seventh circle of hell. But maestro, how will we leave from this place? I cannot possibly descend this cliff. Worry not, I have a thought. Geryon, please take us upon your winged back. Fly, Geryon. In the poem, Circle 7 is broken up in three rounds across six cantos. Go mostly got the important parts. True, there were a few people he didn't go over. As always, this manga isn't a substitute for the poem. There are some pretty cool pieces of classical art regarding Kronos, specifically Kronos devouring his own children. The eighth circle. There is a place in hell called Mailboge, wholly of stone and of iron color, as in the circle that around it turns. Right in the middle of the field, Malin there yawns a well exceeding wide and deep, of which its place is the structure we recount. Round them is that enclosure which remains between the well and foot of the high hard bank, and has distinct in valleys ten in bottom. Its bottom. Surprised was I when Gerontes arrived, but no fear did his virtuous face still. And yet Geryon can mighty walls destroy, he a monster which could corrode the world. Well, let us go on into Mayo Boge. Wow! The first Boja holds the Pandarus, here in the sense of sexual procurer. For the crime of deception and barter of women, they by the powerful whips by the demons held are struck repeatedly. Tears of blood they, so torn and broken shed. Such a punishment is meant for their crimes. Let us proceed. Yes. This stench. The second boat is filled with that substance which from human privage does flow. Here you see the hell of the flatterers. They are those of bitter sycophancy, cajolery, and brazen flattery of those who sat in the higher seats than they. Let filth flow through their nose and mouth, and ears for such is fitting to their filth crime. Let them be blinded by the excrement, let their breathing be laboured from the stench. Look, Dante, a beautiful face now, dirty by filth, which not one shade in the spirit does not see. See well the face of that vile temptress. She is Thais, harlot, of famous Athens. With her body she deceived many men, wandering the world of ostentation. Her once beautiful hair has absorbed, too, the filth which now does sully her body. Here those in the company of Simon. Oh, Simon, the sorcerer. Simony was the act of selling indulgences, basically get out of purgatory passes, which was just a part of the corruption plaguing to the church at that time. Plaguing the church at that time. Oh, Simon Magus, oh, foiler dispose, you who the things of God which ought to be the brides of holiness rapaciously, for silver and for gold the prostitute, now I behoved for you trumped sound. They in the hell of the Simoniacs are clergymen who forgot their duty, and sold salvation to those who could pay it, because in this third Boja you abide. When did our Lord Jesus extort money? Corrupt false priest, you've earned your penance here. Let us go, Dante. You there, will you speak? Will you answer me? With that ill mouth of yours is sand buried. That is, this is the fourth Boja for those who the future predicted for their prophet, fortune tellers, and diviners. Their heads look ever backwards, cursed souls that they may never know of where they step. Song? Let us fish in the barren wastes of hell. I hear a song from a curious band. Wait not fish, hey, let us fish, let us fish, let us fish in the river of Hellstar. But it's not a mirthful song of joy, for it is by demons forever sung. Hey, why not fish? Oh, why not? Hey, hey. We fish in this river in hell. Now you're upside down with nothing to grab. This is the fifth boat of boiling tar. A normal person would be born straight off, but the shades which here to remain are damned, burn not, but must suffer pain eternal. If a hair's breadth out of boiling lake should a sinner rise, then the demons lunge and force him back into the burning depths. Such is the fate for they who were corrupted. This is the hell for whom bribes were given or accepted, the hell of the grafters. Ah, but who is that who trespasses here? Who are you, bastards, an escaped sinner? Cast them back. Do you think Malakota to see me advance into this place, so far trespassed? Save hitherto from all of your skill of fence, without the will divine and fate suspicious. Let me go on, for it in heaven is will that I another show this savage road. Oh, then my brethren, let us strike him not. Step forward, Alicino and Calcabrina. Come forth, all ye demons, and thou, Cañato, and Barbaricia, do thou guide the ten. Come forward, Libicoco and Draghignazo, and Tusks Chiriato, and Grafiacane, and Farfarello, and Mad Rubicante. So quickly they come forth by demons now escorted. Will they truly keep their peace? Even if they wish to not, what of it? As they say, in the tavern sits the drunk, and in the pews of the church sits the saint. Not really sure how this is relevant. Besides this, no other way does exist. Look upon the pitiful dead, master. Uh, do you not want to torment them as well? Behind that rock, a soul is surely hid. Hey, Rubicante, scratch that mortal's back. You bastard, ought I to peel his skin off? Hiding behind a rock, don't try such things. Yeah, what torment shall we deliver to him? Bring him this way. Ah, yeah, master, if you wish, I can amuse you. The person, what crime did they commit? Master, you wish to know? All right, spit it out, you vile bastard. Come on, spit it out. Hey, hey, won't you? Hey, for master wishes to know your story. Come on. Or else, over and over, just like this. I shall talk, cease, I beg you. I, in the kingdom of Navarre, was born. Then I domestic was of good, King Thibaut. I said that there to practice barratry. Barratry, sale of purchase of position in church or state, for which I pay the reckoning in this heat. Falling to hell, far too late to repent. Let us know, do what master desires. When you finish, let his skin be flayed off. Such a thing. Master is unsatisfied, it appears, eh? Seems he wants to hear something more or of note. Let us call this one companions to us. A good idea. Come call your companions. It's possible. If you finds are gathered, no one will come, no matter my shouting. You must go away there behind those rocks. Then I shall call. Bastard, I know the trick of which you thought. No, 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 no. No matter even if you should escape, my faster wings should quickly chase you down. Hey, true. Alright, we'll hide, so call your companions. Ah, he's escaping. Get him. I can't reach. Idiot, because you agreed to such clearly foolish things, now he has escaped. And you had said you could catch up to him. Shut up. Was you who suggested. Silence. Surely for this you are to blame. I will report it to Malakoda. Go ahead and try. You are able, if you are able. Bah, bah. They dissolve into the boiling Thor. The demons, unlike the shades who are here, cannot eternally suffer the heat. Get then, they have caused our companion's death. They were the ones who wished to hear a tale. Hey, it was their fault, their fault, their fault. Wait, escape Dante. Maestro, they've lost their senses and cannot be stayed. And if you fall into the tar, then you, kill the bastards who dare to hell tour. 'Twas a mistake for a live so to came. Ah, ah, Maestro, it's this way, Dante. Jump. Ah, if we come this far, we are surely safe, huh? Seated well. However they struggle, they may not pass. If I had sunk in the lake of tar, I of yet living flesh would be helpless. Well, be steady. The journey remains yet long before us. There is no time to fall here. Let us go. What is this? All shine with golden color. It is not true gold, but false gold of lead. Without they gilded are so that it dazzles, but in mortality it is all leaden and heavy. For the hypocrites is this accursed hell in the sixth bulge of Malebulge. In life they had turned a good face outward and became popular to shallow means. They are those that pushed aside each person who had lived honestly by their own means. The gilded mantles those are on these cloaks are made of lead so heavy that they weights causing this weight their balance to creak. They cannot stop but walk eternally. For hypocrites, a gilded lead mantle seems a properly miserable. Who are you damned to suffer cruelly so? Why are you? Crucified in such a place would not be trampled by those mental hypocrites. Yes, so hear me. In the past I said things I should not have. Counseled the Pharisees that it was meet to put one man to torture for the people for such things. This is my retribution. Crosswise and naked am I on the path, as you can see, and I am forced to feel whoever passes first how much he will save me. Yes, so hear me. Save me. They've come. Don't go, wait. Ah, this was the end of the volume 1. Regarding Simon Magus from Wikipedia, Simon Magus has been portrayed as both student and teacher of Dositheus. We followed who revered him as the great power of God. There were accusations by Christians that he was a demon in human form, and was specifically said to possess the ability to alleviate and fly at will. Regarding the demons who fell into the lake, the poem says that the demons were pitch snared, already baked within the crust, whether or not the equals dying up until the sign. Okay. Circle 5. Circle 8. Okay. All right. It seems that we finished the first volume. I was expecting that the dev would be the end. Okay.